We get at least 3 to 4 messages per day about what training programs in the 𝐈𝐞 method there are, which is awesome. And in this episode of Q&A, I decided to answer some of the most frequently asked questions. In this episode, I go over the following: the breakdown of our free and paid programs, the promised goals of each one of the pieces of training, who the trainings aren't for, who the trainings are for, and why this just isn't another technique but a whole system. I hope this episode helps give some clarity about the 𝐈𝐞 method and helps you decide if it is the right fit for you and your practice. I hope you enjoy the show. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Soft Tissue Revolution podcast, where we teach self-employed massage therapists a new treatment system that focuses on working smarter, not harder, allowing them to cut their treatment times by 50% so they can stay healthy and help more people get out of pain. Dr. Matt Maggio here. Thank you so much for stopping by and checking out the show. Let's jump right into it because I know your time is valuable and I want to give you as much value in a quick amount of time as possible. So let's go. So Q&A, why did this one come about? My team member, Jesse, who handles all the inquiries from all of you in the Soft Tissue Revolution about our trainings, she let me know that we get at least 3 to 4 inquiries or requests per day, which is absolutely awesome. And they want to know more about what we offer, what our programs are, costs, are they covered for CEUs, in person, online, all that kind of stuff. And she was kind of getting frustrated answering the same question. So she sent me in a message and said, "Hey, Dr. Maggio, can you put a podcast together going over some of the frequently asked questions about your programs? Let everyone know what's offered so that we can just have this as a resource as we do going forward." So that's what I'm going to do on this podcast. So I just want to start with the mission of the Soft Tissue Revolution, and really why I started this all in the first place. I am still in practice. I still am out in the trenches every day, refining my skills, trying to get better each day. But I knew that I had something really awesome that I wanted to share with the world, because the mission of the Soft Tissue Revolution is to help people that are injured and in pain get properly educated and informed on their injuries and access to quality hands-on soft tissue treatment so they can avoid bigger problems on the road like pain pills, injections, and surgeries, which only make things worse. And the key there was access to quality hands-on soft tissue treatment. It is my honest belief that the major reason we are in a pain pill epidemic is because the current conservative care model sucks. The people that should be treating people first are not good. You know, people usually default to chiropractors. I've been very outspoken about that. I have a chiropractic degree myself. The treatment does but pretty much nothing and actually makes things worse. Or they go to the physical therapists that are just glorified personal trainers, taking people through the motions and not actually getting to the root cause of the problem, which is a soft tissue injury involvement. The best people in the world are massage therapists that are equipped with the soft tissue skills, but they got a lot of limiting beliefs. They've been stuck in the service mentality, selling their money for time, not thinking critically, not figuring out problems, which is why I targeted massage therapists for the Soft Tissue Revolution. And I've worked really hard to get this message out there. And just at the end of the day, I want to get this care to more people because I'm sick and tired of watching people die on pain pills, getting fucking awful care that isn't doing much of anything and just really messing stuff up. So I felt that I had a duty and obligation to share this with the world. Some of you might not like my approach. You might think that I'm too, I don't know, I get cocky, arrogant, full of myself, all that. No, that's just confidence. I've been working at this shit for a long time. And I know each day when I show up, I'm going to do my best to get the best at what I can do. And you should ask yourself to do that same thing. Because at the end of the day, the world just needs more people solving problems. And nobody's really solving these injury problems. And then they're at the whim of the bullshit medical system, injecting people full of pain-killing injections, surgeries, and all shit, and ruining people's lives. I lost my own father to that. And I never want to see anyone else have to deal with that as well. So that's why I do all this stuff. This is why I continue to stay motivated. I continue to stay patient and just meet people where they're at. So we do have 3 levels to our training, and they must be done in an exact order. Really no exceptions. People reach all the time asking for exceptions. They're special snowflakes that they don't have to actually follow the process because they're already amazing what they do. I'll cover that a little bit more in there. But what's really going on here is a lot of people on the surface, they think that I'm just teaching them a new technique, you know, another tool to add to our never-ending tool belt. I'm not doing that. I'm teaching you a system. A system is totally different, how to handle things from start to finish all the way through. What I'm teaching you how to do is be a badass Swiss Army knife, so you can take and get rid of all those other tools that you've been using that are getting questionable results and not consistent results. So we do have 3 levels of the program. First one is just our free training. It's free. I've talked about the problem with doing things for free. Most people don't take it serious, but I put a lot of effort and a lot of time into that free training to help you really just get your idea around the idea of like thinking critically and being a problem solver first. The real goal of that free training is just to change your perspectives on the idea that you can be taken seriously as a healthcare provider, as a massage therapist. You need to slow down, collect data, and figure shit out. You can't just jump right into treatment. You can be a problem solver. You can be a solutions provider. I want you to just really wrap your mind around the idea that you need to be a clinician first and then a technician. And what does that mean is like, as soft tissue therapists, we just want to jump right into treatment. We're like, yep, let me just get my hands on this person and we'll be ready to go and whatever. I'm just going to fucking wing it. I'm winging it all day. Winging it and not really know what's going on, instead of like looking deeply and being like, what am I doing wrong? You just go and take more seminars and you stack more shit on top of it and you go get more certifications. And then what you got is a bunch of dull tools. I always say you don't need more tools in your tool belt. You need to sharpen the ones that you already have. So that's the goal of the free training. It's short, it's brief, it's to the point. We really teach you the idea of like thinking critically and slowing down and being that clinician first. So you got to go through that one first before you ever go through any of our paid courses. Now, the next thing is we do have paid courses. Oh my gosh, I do have something that I sell. I'm working on this for 2 years now. I didn't sell anything for a long time because I wanted to make sure it was just right and perfect. It's never going to be perfect, but I like the finished product for what we have now. These are our online CEU approved training courses. They are approved for CEUs through, I always get them mixed up, NCB, TMB, or however the hell you say that. They're approved for that. We break those down into 2 different trainings. We have an upper extremity course, which covers neck, shoulder, thoracic spine, upper arm, and a little bit of elbow. And then we also have a lower body course that covers lumbar spine, hip, quads, and hamstrings. And the goal of that online CEU program is, at the end of it, you're going to confidently be able to cut your treatment times by at least 50%. I think you could really cut it by like 60 or 75%. And this is going to allow you to not beat your body up so much, not be stuck doing those never-ending hour and a half, 2-hour-long sessions, and just being really physically and mentally just beat the fuck up at the end of the day, and only being able to see so many people because you're just burnt out. And you're going to learn how to actually solve problems and change your perspective and start showing up as a true solutions provider. Last one, after you've taken these the online courses, you just have to take one. You can take upper or lower. You can take both if you want. I suggest starting with one because the body is a really complicated thing, and trying to learn the whole thing in one swoop is not feasible, but hey, whatever. So we do offer in-person training after you've successfully gone through one of those online CEU courses. I am no longer teaching big in-person events. I did a bunch of those back in 2021. They were great. I was happy that people came out. But what I found is that when you're in a big group, you can hide. You can just kind of go through the motions. You're there just to learn a little here and there. You're not really diving in. And what I find is that you're not really dedicated. And honestly, I don't want to work with people that are going to half-ass it. Either you want to be fucking great or you don't. Either way, I'm cool with it. But if you're going to come learn from me, you're going to get the best of the best. So all of these trainings are one-on-one. Just with me. Look at that. You get to spend some time just with me. And the first day, you actually get to shadow me in my own clinic and watch me with my own clients, my own patients, and see how easily we do 15 to 20 minute appointments, how it flows, how the whole system works, how I'm working smarter, not harder. And you can see firsthand how it is a system. It isn't just some extra technique to add into there. It is a system from start to finish. Once we're done with that in-office shadowing, then you also get 4 hours. Yeah, whole 4 hours with me. Lucky you. With some intense training in the touch, in the feel, in mastering your craft. When you're done with that, we do some testing together. And then I put my stamp on you if I confidently believe that you can be what's called a peak method trained practitioner. And I don't give those out easily. And once you're a peak method trained practitioner, you get the exclusivity of being the only peak method trained practitioner in a 15-mile radius of your area. So you can get so damn good that no one can even come close to touching you on your skills levels. The goal of this, when you're all said and done, if you listen to what I say, you have an open mind, you implement it fully, you run the whole system, you should be able to make 100K per year. I think you can make a hell of a lot more. And the best part is, I don't think you need to work any more than 20 hours per week. No nights, no weekends, none of that shit. You can just go in there and work the schedule that you want because the business works for you. You don't work for the business. So those are our 3 programs: the free program, the online CEU program, and then in-person intensive with me. And just remember, you have to go all in order. So common questions that my team member Jesse gets. First one is cost. How much does this cost? Well, it just depends on what you want, how quick you want to go, how dedicated you want to be. I'll be honest with you, my courses, they're not cheap because they actually work, but they're not overly expensive either. And we do work with people on payment plans and budgets and all that stuff. At the end of the day, we want to be able to get this care to you, but we also want you to take it serious too. If I give everything away for free, you're not going to take it serious. When you buy something, you invest in it, you're going to take it more serious because it's important to you. Next question we get, and I get this one a lot, and this one actually annoys me a lot, and I get pissed off. I don't get pissed off directly. I just kind of ignore the people. When they do this, they say, can I just skip the online training? I just do better in person. I don't need all that critical thinking stuff. Like I just need to jump into the treatment. I'm already really good at what I do. And the answer to that is nope, not even close. Because figuring out the problem is the key and the foundation of the entire system. So many techniques and treatment systems out there like, hey, just do this and see what the fuck happens. And then you never know what's going on. And then you're stuck. You have to learn how to think critically. You have to learn how to figure out the problems. And that's what you're going to learn in the online program. You're going to learn how to use your fucking brain and actually not just be a monkey going through treatment. You're going to slow down. You're going to collect data. You're going to think about it. You're going to go slow so that you can go fast because you can't skip steps. Like coming to the in-person training before you've ever done the online training and understand the foundation would be like trying to put a roof on a house before I ever put the siding and the foundation. And the house is going to collapse. And that's what happens for you is you want to come and just take this one little weekend seminar and then go home and dabble with it for a little bit. And you'll do it on everybody for like 2 weeks. And then you don't commit to it anymore. Then you're right back to where you are. Then you're shopping around for the next new shiny thing that's going to fix and just make your practice amazing instead of getting good at the shit that you're already good at. That's where you need to be. That's what you need to do. This is not another tool. This is a whole system where you can be a Swiss Army knife and you can fucking fix things and solve problems. Sorry, I'm getting all fired up, but that's okay. It's my show. I'm allowed to swear if I want to. So who is this program not for? I'm very big on who I don't want to work with, and don't bother reaching out or coming to us if you're in this criteria. Number one, and you might get pissed off when I say this, but people that only work for someone else. Hey, in my honest opinion, I've been out there in the real world. I've been working for myself. There's nothing more challenging but more rewarding than owning your own business and being in the shit and doing that. Hey, if you're someone working for someone else, but you're working towards being out on your own and doing your own thing, then yeah, we will definitely consider you. But if you're just happy just getting by working for somebody, you're not driven enough. There's not enough skin in the game for you. So don't even bother reaching out. I'm sorry that might offend you, but I only want to work with people that are actually out there doing the real shit, that are totally invested in their business. Because when you work for somebody, you're never going to really care as much as you should because it's not your business. I want you to care so much and put so much effort in there. Number two, who it's not for, people that have big egos. You know who you are. People that think they're sweet. They think that they're so awesome that they don't need to know anything else and that they're on equal level with everyone else out there, or just even better because they're booked up and they might work on some athletes. No one gives a fuck. Always be humble to get better. What else? Who is this not for? People that are dabblers and shortcutters. You know who you are. You're just looking for that quick fix. This one extra thing to add to everything. You're just dabbling in. Don't even bother. Don't waste my time. And lastly, people that are easily offended by choice language. I've used a lot of that today. I really don't give a shit if you think my swearing makes you uncomfortable. Like, I don't care. I'm going to swear. That's who I am. That's how I get my point across. So if you don't like it, don't take a course. So once again, to recap who it is not for, people that work for somebody else. People that have huge egos think they're sweet. People that are just dabbling and trying to add one extra thing to an already cluttered tool belt. And lastly, people that get offended by my harsh language. So who is this for? Like I said, self-employed massage therapists. Those are the people that I want to work with. Another thing that I want to see is that you've been in the field for at least 3 years. You got to be in there long enough to understand that a lot of the stuff you're doing isn't working. You're struggling. When you're fresh out of school, you don't really know what's going on. You got to go through some shit before you actually understand something that's going to be really good. This one's probably the most important, a true desire to want to help people, like honestly giving a shit about helping people and doing good in the world and helping more people. If you're like, well, I just want the money, like that ain't going to work. The money comes when you start helping people and you provide more value. Oh, another thing, you're fed up with the long treatment model. You want to just go crazy, blow your brains out because you can't spend an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours with people. You're mentally, you're physically drained at the end of the week. You're tired of doing all that work and just being beat up. And lastly, you're just humble and open to learn. Understand that you can always be better. I have someone that's going through my training now that's been working with me for a while. They've been a massage therapist for 41 years. That's longer than I've been on the earth. And they're always open to getting better, showing up each time, asking the right question, being just committed to it. Be humble and understand you can be better. There's always room for improvement. So who is it for? You're self-employed. Been working for at least 3 years. True desire to want to help people. Fed up with all the bullshit of the long treatments, mentally, physically drained. And lastly, humble and open to learn. So I hope that cleared up some stuff. If you want to find out more about the courses and what we offer, all the information is on the website in the show notes. Also reach out and ask any questions that you have. We'll try our best to answer them the best that we can. Number 3, just give yourself an honest assessment of where you are, where you want to go, and how much better you can be. Because nothing is worse than someone that has amazing potential but never reaches it because they're unwilling to invest, to get better, to be humble, and have a drive to want to help more people. And lastly, just commit to being excellent. Get so damn good they can't ignore you, and be fucking great. Because at the end of the day, people need more problem solvers that are helping do good work. And I believe you can be that, but got to take the steps to do it. That's all I got for you guys. Appreciate you. And I will talk to you on the next one. Bye. Thanks so much for listening. If you want help on the path to being able to double your income, all while working 50% less and being taken seriously as a healthcare provider, I have some great resources for you. Number 1, get access to our free training modules and introduction to my system, the 𝐓𝐡𝐞 method. Number 2, subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Soft Tissue Revolution. Links to all of this can be found in the show notes. Lastly, if you like the show, please leave us a 5-star review and share it with others that you know it could help.